So, what did I say yesterday if I'm in a better position today? A little bit. So, once again, just extremely exhausted. I don't know if it's like a placebo from after work. But I mean, in general, I'm just always exhausted because of my no energy and the insomnia. Woke up like 30 times last night. Did not fully finish all the food, but that's okay. I can just finish it tonight. It's just a little bit extra, just another cup. And it's not like I did it on purpose. It was just because I fell asleep. And then, not even fell asleep, I just couldn't get myself to get up. And then I, kept waking up. So, but I did do the exercise. Man, it's going to be a curve getting back into that because I'm just having no energy and being shaky. I think I talked about it before that I just really should start at like 0 weight or 5 pounds or something for certain things, just extremely slow and more reps because man, I was having a really difficult time doing anything. This is why I haven't done it in so long, because I just feel so bad all the time. But I'm still gonna do it. Just a little bit at least. At least get myself moving, at least get myself in the groove of doing some of it. Called my had something that hurt by one of my teeth. I tried to call my health insurance, and I was on the phone for a while, like you do when you have to call places, and man, my insurance does not cover the area that I'm in now. So it's not good. I absolutely have to figure that out this weekend because I have to do it online myself now. And I did it online before, but I thought that I was just going to be able to use this again. So now I'm just really worried that it's I'm going to have to change all the providers and stuff again. If that happens, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. There's no way. So yeah, I'm what if I just use the doctors in that area that I'm still going to be using? I'll still be going over there. They're like, nope, it's based on your address. I'm like, okay, well, what if I use an address from a family member? No, it has to be your legal independent address. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'll figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Then some people at work, not coworkers, but yeah, someone was saying that the earth is flat. I never thought I'd run into someone like that. And then somebody else chimed in, and they were not like joking around. It was really sad. I just felt bad for these people. And because I was like in a work setting, normally I'll just say, I'll have plenty to say. Let's just say that. But in this case, I was just like, everything that you're saying is factually wrong. So, like, they were trying to say there's no space, there's no other planets and shit. It's just like extremely, like nothing has ever left the Earth. Nothing has ever come back to the Earth or anything like that. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, oh my goodness, this stuff is just, it was just really sad. Like, I'm not even very educated myself, school-wise, and it's just like, the level of like just wanting to know more than someone else, or feeling like you know some secret, or just the level of not being educated on a topic, not knowing anything, and just reading very silly things. The level you have to be at is just so, it's just really sad. I thought that was interesting though. Yeah, so the exercise stuff is definitely going to be a curve, since I can barely do any of it anymore. And I was like, man, I was pretty dang strong for my height at a certain point. And I'm just like, I can feel that my body can get to that point again, or better. Definitely better. I can feel it, like when I do lifts. But it's like I have no control, like specifically, like no control over my body or something like that, where it's like I can do the lifts, but I don't feel like super connected to them anymore. And I don't think it's because I haven't been regularly exercising. I think it's specifically because of the energy thing, which is why I just never wanted to get back into it. Like, it's just so difficult for me to even try to get back into it, because I'm like, it just feels really bad doing any of this stuff. And I'm already so out of energy, I have to like really super take it easy and go slow. And since I'm not in a gym setting, like I have to I can't do sets or supersets or giant sets how I like to do it. I have to specifically go one by one because of just using dumbbell, my own cheap stuff. So I think a good idea could just be like getting used to, if you break down your body into like, I don't know, like 13 parts or so to focus on for different mind-muscle connection, for different areas. I don't know. Everybody probably breaks it down into different ways depending on what lifts they're doing, but it's usually like 13 or something like that for me. If everybody's doing that, and at a certain point, I think it might make sense in this case for myself to maybe do like 1, 2, maybe 3 different parts to start with. Like, I can, just for an example, could do like calf stuff, bicep stuff, and, you know, I don't know, for myself, because my wrist is messed up, maybe like something for wrists, or like hands, forearm / wrist / hand type area. So getting, maybe like focusing on 1 or 2 or 3 of those, and just making sure, like, okay, can I do this? Do I have the energy to go all out? Most likely not. It's like I could barely do anything. It's weird because I can pretty much still do, it's like my body knows. Maybe that's what, like, the part of what the not mind muscle, what was it? Part of like the muscle memory. It's like my body kind of realizes, okay, I recognize this weight, but I just don't have the output for it. Like, for example, when I was doing, I did what I wanted to do yesterday. I didn't fully do as many like sets and stuff that I wanted to do, but I just wanted to start to get into the groove. When I was like doing some of these types of curls, like I did a front curl where it goes in front of your chest and it focuses on like the bicep, but also the more of like the forearm, that part that attaches to your elbow, and your bicep area. I like doing that move, and I was able to do it at like the weight that I was doing before. Not my super maxed out, far along weight, but the weight that I was doing before in general for sets and stuff. And I was able to do it, but not for nearly as many reps, and obviously not for as many sets. So like my body knows, but I really think that I just make so much more work for myself, but I really think that I should just take what I was doing before, completely erase it, reset it, put it into a new thing on my phone or even a piece of paper, and just start from like 0 or 5 pounds for everything. And yeah, it's going to be super easy. I'm not going to make any like progress with it, but I'll be getting used to the motion again. My body will be getting used to moving in certain directions again. That's what I think that I should do. I don't really, it's so difficult to not just do a higher weight, do the amount of reps that you can do, and then do the amount of sets that you can do. It's just like, but I'm probably just going to way overdo it that way. So I'm like, even if I started at 5 pounds and then I ramped it up fairly quickly throughout the weeks, that would be fine too. But I think that I really should start that way. It's about being patient and persevering through like the new stuff that I have to do and the resetting of everything. Because it'll be fine. It's just like it just sucks. There's other things too, man. Like container thing again last night. Forgot to, like I said about the food, like a little bit extra, but I'll just finish it today. Forgot to write down the video idea. And this is no excuse. This is me just messing up. This is straight up me not doing what I need to do. No, it's not me specifically purposefully being lazy in my opinion, but it's like it sucks having no energy. Like I can't get myself to do things, and I'll keep postponing it that night, and then it's like I'm even more exhausted because I'm already exhausted. I'm like, I'll do it when I feel better, but I never end up feeling better. I only feel worse or the same. So it's like constant fighting with your mind, constantly. I just have to do the thing. And I've been saying this every day. So I don't know. Because I can see it, like I can visualize a point where I'm using my time the way that I want to. Where I don't have all these extra little things, where if I have something new that comes up, I just add it to the list. I do the thing the day that I set it up. Each day there's exercise, each day there's reading, each day there's this like sort of routine to keep everything on track. I can visualize it, I can see it. It feels like there's so many things in front of it. It's like I know what to do to get there, but it's like I'm playing chess or something and the pieces are invisible. So I don't know. Feels easier and it feels more relaxing and to just not do anything. So like when I feel like I can't do anything and then I don't do hardly anything, it's like a reward almost. It's like I'm being rewarded for not doing the things that I should be doing because it feels better to not do them anyway. Now once I complete a task that's difficult or complete a task that I need to do or whatever, that feels even better. But it's like getting to that point. I know what it feels like to actually have energy, and it makes everything so much easier. It doesn't make it completely easy, but it makes it possible. It feels like not possible without it. It's not just like physical energy either. It's like, well, it is, but it's also emotional and mental. So yeah, I don't really know, man. Once again, not saying anything. And I have a feeling that these are going to get better once everything is lined up too. Figure it out. So I did come in here with like a positive thing. I did do something that I wanted to start. Didn't go the way that I thought it would completely, but when does anything ever go the right way? So it's fine. And then moving on again, trying again, and at some point it's going to stick like it was doing before. Yep, I know it will. Alright, I'll be back later. Alright. It's the next day again. Days just go by and by and by. I don't even know what to talk about. I just need to learn how to, like, translate my thinking into words. Thinking is all over the place. That's probably why when I explain anything on here, it's all over the place too, but it's not quite the same. Let's see. So my stuff came unplugged. I think it's good again. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Insomnia has been really, really messing with me lately. Like, I just cannot get good, meaningful, restful sleep. Like, it's terrible. Yeah, and this is supposed to just be, like, extremely real, so yeah, all this stuff. Did I talk about how, like, the internet got shut off or whatever? Almost, like, it got shut off and then I had to figure it out. If I did talk about that, well, they tried to change my price originally, and I was on that phone for, like, forever, making sure it was the same amount that I was paying, making sure that the address is all updated, all these things, and I get an email, and they were, like, confirming everything with me, and then I get an email yesterday saying that it's increased by, like, $20. I'm like, oh my god, so I gotta have to get on phone call with that again when I do the healthcare stuff. Got to do the internet stuff too. So I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. It's extremely annoying, and it's like, for me, that's a lot. So anyway, what else is happening? Yeah, so just emotionally exhausted today. Pretty much exhausted in every way today, just because of, like, no energy means physically exhausted typically, which is the case today. Things going on lately emotionally, and then no sleep and mentally. But I mean, I think just talking to myself in these video things kind of wakes me up a little bit. So that's good. But man, it's just the beginning, at the weekend, I'm like, well, and this is not meant to be like a negative thing at all. On the weekend, I'm like, this weekend's about to go by quickly because I tried it on like Friday night, do what I normally do throughout the week, so it's not really a weekend day for me. Then on Saturday morning, I've been trying to clean, do a couple things for myself, and then the evening spend time with people. And so like Saturday just gets eaten up. And then Sunday was typically spending with someone too, but now it's not going to be, so I could try to utilize that day, but what was I even saying before? Oh yeah, on the weekend, like I said, not supposed to be negative. I'm just like, this weekend's about to go by so fast, and then when the week starts, I'm like, it's gonna be Friday in like a second, I'm gonna be right back to the weekend. Yep. Get in the shower every day, go to work, go to sleep, get in the shower every day, go to work, go to sleep, get in the shower, go to work, go to sleep. It's just like, this is just a huge reason why I want other things in the day that I enjoy, because there's just nothing to enjoy about that. That's why I want to get back to the things that I was doing, like, kind of like when I was a kid. Hanging out, spending time with people if I can. Because I would do that every single weekend as a kid. And then like read. So I would read during the school week or whatever. I didn't exercise. It would be cool if I knew anything about exercising when I was growing up, but I didn't. But I did play, like, sports and stuff, so that was the exercise right there. So, like, just implementing that stuff again. And watching shows, like, as a teenager into almost adult, and then some of the adult time. I was just like watching shows constantly in my free time if I wasn't playing games or with friends or whatever. And I just don't even do that now. Like, I will sometimes like watch a movie, or sometimes watch some of a show, but like it's not consistent anymore. And these are like the things that I like to do: the exercising, watching things, and reading things. So I'm just not doing anything that I like to do at all. So just very miserable. Like every day it's melancholic, waking up, feeling sick, having to eat when I don't want to. Feeding the cats and stuff is a nice part of the day. And like showering every single day just is like torture. Not because like showering's bad or anything, it's just like the repetitive nature of it, of realizing, oh, I'm here again, oh, it's the next day again, oh, it's the next day again. That's the part that gets to me. So yeah, I'm not doing like any of the things that I like to do, so my days are just not enjoyable at all. It's like, what's the fucking point of what I'm doing? Don't make enough to get by. I don't do the things I like to do. So like, what am I doing right now? I'm being alive. Why? I'm just being alive, that's it. It's just not cool, man. I don't know. So trying to change things up with these videos, trying to add something to my life with the I was super into the exercise and nutrition before all like this stuff started happening to me. Implementing these things that I enjoy. Like even, for example, just implementing these things when I can. Like Guitar Hero. I'm not even very good at it. I can play on hard mode, I just can't really play very well on expert or anything. And it's really just Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3 because the other ones are just not good in my opinion, but I just like playing that. Like I think the feeling of playing a game like that, like it's a rhythm game, but just better than other rhythm games. Like Muse Dash is kind of cool, but it's like 2 buttons or something like that, or 3. And I know Guitar Hero's only like 5 to 6 if you count like the whammy thing, or 7 if you count the strumming, but it's just interesting. I don't know, it's interesting. Maybe it's just nostalgic, I don't really know. But just anything that just brings your day up a little bit, I need to have that implemented. And I just get, man, just having like I keep talking about the same thing every day, but this is what goes through my head. And I think that, I'm still not conveying how I think very well, but hopefully over time it starts to become better and I start to like portray my thoughts a lot better. But yeah, this is the type of stuff that I'm thinking about all the time. It's the same thing all the time. When you have free time, whether that's through your actual time or working less or the freedom that you get with having more money or whatever, or being retired or something like that, or living with someone else, or whatever it is, when you have the additional time through whatever means that is, you're just able to have more space in your mind. You're able to do more for yourself or for other people. When you're extremely restricted to being just in like a slave labor type of situation, yeah, that's extreme, but it's how I feel, at least. It's not factually correct, but it's how I feel correct. And I'm just extremely stringent and just not able to move around at all. I have to do this in order to get by. I have to, it's not even enough to get by, but I have to do this shit. And then you have to sleep. I was getting by I still don't sleep that much, but I try. Because I was sleeping for 4 hours a day a long time ago, and it was miserable. And then I was getting by on 5.5 for a long time, so that I could do things that I wanted to do, and I was working multiple jobs and stuff. And that kind of was okay. Because at the time I still had insomnia, but it was like a kind of a narcoleptic version of it, where I would just fall asleep anywhere. It wasn't actual narcolepsy, but this was when it was first starting to happen, the insomnia, a long time ago. Yeah, I would just fall asleep randomly, but then I would not be able to sleep for a long. It would be either not sleeping for a long time, so it'd be 3 to 5 hours, or it would be an extremely long time, where I just never wake up, 17 hours. And then it progressed into what I have now. So it's just man. So anyway, I get by. You're working for 8 hours. You're driving for at least an hour. You're gotta sleep for 8 hours. You gotta do self stuff, going to the bathroom, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, getting ready, whatever that is. And that takes up probably an hour a day total, between everything that you're doing. So that's what, 8, 16, 17, 18 hours, and then you have probably, if you're like a normal clean person, you clean or make food or spend time with your pets or whatever the other things that you need to do, cleaning up, taking out garbage, doing the litter, anything, picking up dog poop or something. It's another like at least probably an hour, maybe 2 hours. So you're at what, 20 hours? 20 hours a day? And that's not including if you're a person that's even more insane that can work another job or go to school. So you got another like, I don't know, an hour or two. So you have like between 2 to 4 hours a day that's for yourself. 2 to 4. Let's just say 4, just to be a little bit more positive. 4 hours a day. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Every 6 days, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Yeah, okay. Every 6 days, you get like 1 day for yourself. That's insane. If you get a 6th, let's be very, okay, yeah. If you get a 6th, that means you can cut your life down into a 6th. So, if you're 60, you've really only like lived for like 10 years. That's insane. But if you don't want to be like that, if you want to say, oh, some of this stuff doesn't count, you don't have to clean, you don't have to really get ready, you don't have to do some of these certain things. So if you want to say if you want to be like super positive about it, and you only work 8 hours, you only sleep about 8 hours, around that, and then you have the other 8 hours. Let's just say that's how you think about it. You still only have a third. You still only have 1/3 of your life. If you're 30 years old, you've only like lived all those 30 years. You've only lived for 10. I guess you could say maybe more when you were a kid. So let's just say after you're a kid, let's just say you're 60 again. Still like only like 20 years if you want to add the time that you're a child onto it. If you can even remember it, then you could be like 25, 30 years at most. Just like half your life, or 2/3 of your life is just nothing. It's just terrible. And there's plenty of people out there, not majority by far, but plenty of people out there that are able to actually live a real life, like an enjoyable life, where they're traveling and expanding their minds by seeing new things instead of seeing the exact same road, the exact same work, the exact same people every single day, whatever. There's people that can do that traveling, that can use their money to do things that they like to do, that are not restricted by work or restricted by their lifestyle or anything like that. Definitely not even close to a majority of people are like that, but there's people out there like that, whether they're wealthy or just really lucky or really smart and they figured it out. There's people that are able to actually live. And that's not to say like you can't make the most of what you have in whatever situation you're in. You should definitely do that. That's what I'm trying to do, for me specifically, because there is no other option. Yes, you can work really hard to try to get to the point of those other people that I just mentioned. You may never get there, but you can work really hard toward it. But in the meantime, and in all the present time and possibly the future if nothing ever happens, you have to be able to enjoy the life that you currently have, and that's what I'm trying to do, because I've been depressed ever since I can remember, like extremely, since being like a kid, just forever. And I know that there's things that can be done to improve the quality of life, even if my mind is skewed more toward the not lovely parts of it, I know and I can see the good stuff. So I'll be getting there. I just want to show. I haven't been able to show it for years and years and years and years and years, but I'm going to try now, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. I'm trying to show like the difficulty that comes along with this type of stuff, but that it is possible to enjoy it. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow. Alright. Oh wow. I didn't realize how many of these I've been doing. It looks like my phone is telling me again that I need to get rid of shit. So I will have to do that. I need to organize these things. Just so many things. Just so many different things, like piling up. I don't think that anything additional was added to the pile just recently. I got that healthcare stuff under control. Let's see. I don't know why I just stopped talking for a second. Got the healthcare stuff under control. I have a plan for pet healthcare stuff too. Let's see. Removed these doors that I wanted to. It's a really simple one, but I still have to like consider that as something that I completed. Yeah, I didn't do well yesterday with exercising. Didn't exercise, so that is a count against me. Because I'm supposed to be doing that each day. Just like for me personally, I need my space to be like a specific way in order to be able to do certain things. I know it sounds very vague, but like when the room that I'm exercising in is like not fully what I want it to be. It's like not the right space mentally for me with it, I think. Maybe that's the best way to explain it. So between getting the video stuff under control with what I want to say and removing it from my device and starting with getting actually under control with the exercising and reading and stuff, just feels like a lot, because there's other things too. Like I've listed it so many different times, all these different things that I need to or want to do, and it's just they get in my head and it's like it's overwhelming. And you're probably thinking like, well, why haven't you partitioned it out into that list like you've talked about for such a long time now? Yeah, good question. So I don't know don't have a reason. I think that I'm going to do things on the weekend, and then it gets occupied by lack of energy or trying to spend my time in a good way. But it's like, if these things were caught up to, if these things were spent, this is what the whole year was supposed to be, and which it pretty much has been, just finishing everything throughout the year, which is what the next year is going to be anyway again. Then the following months or years or whatever will be that much more simple, and I'll just be able to enjoy it because I won't have to think about these things on the back burner. There's always going to be things that come up, but it's never like 20 things at a time. It's only that when you've been putting it off for one reason or another, or you can't do something for one reason or another. So, interesting. Got some sushi. That was super good. Set me back a little bit, but once in a while is fine until I'm at a point where I can be comfortable. See, this is just how it goes, is like these large pauses, moments of where I'm just not saying anything or just staring off. It's like I'm trying to get used to explaining it. That's why a lot of times I'm talking slowly. Normally I talk pretty fast, but when I'm trying to like convey what's going on in my brain, I'm having a difficult time. Like, it's not difficult if I'm talking to somebody or something like that, but this isn't really like talking to anybody because I don't have any feedback at all. I don't have a yep or a question or some follow-up statement or anything. So it's just not really easy for me to build off of it. And I just end up doing what I'm trying not to do, which is just ruminate, think, trying to put it into words. And there's so much, sadly, that is not going to be seen, maybe at some point, but really probably will never be seen, because a lot of these interesting thoughts, or not even interesting but wild ones, where it's like just constant repetitive type thoughts and stuff, they're just not even going to be detailed. They're not even going to be depicted in the videos at all, most likely. I'm gonna be trying to do that, because I'll be, if I think about it, that's the whole point of me trying to write down the things at the end of the night to talk about for the next day. So I'm gonna be trying my best to get to that point, but right now it's just like really extremely difficult. So that's why I end up just saying like the same thing. I don't know how many videos I've done now, maybe like 10 or something, and they just always end up saying the same thing. But that's what happens when you're in this, like, at least for me, when I'm in this mindset, I have like this spawn point every day. I'm in the shower, I'm in the shower, I'm in the shower. I wake up, fall asleep at random times, have no energy all the time. It's like I don't have a sense of time. I have like no sense of where I'm at moving through time. Like, moving through space is different, because I'm like walking around or deciding where I'm going, but through time it's like I don't even realize what's going on, and it's been weeks or months or even years, and the same ideas are still there, not being processed. The same ideas, well, they are being processed, but they're not being focused on because of my no focus or energy. It's just they're not getting done. It's not like I should just relax, right? Relax in my life, which I try to do. I'm pretty dang relaxed around the people that I care about and my cats, reading a book, or even like the somewhat kind of euphoric feeling after, or like the pump feeling after an exercise. Those are like the moments where I am like relaxed, but definitely when I'm sleeping. But it's like there's just a lot of things that I want for myself. I have like the things that I want in my life for the most part, aside from making money. Everything else is like great. They're just things for myself that can always be better. I've said this so many times, I don't know. This is what I constantly think to myself. Level myself up. Become better, become more interesting. Keep moving forward. Persevere. Get through the suffering stuff. Become stronger type thing. I have like a little lavalier. Is that what it's called? Lapel, lavalier, I'm not sure what they're called. Little microphone thing that I've had for a super long time that I've just never, I think I was given it or something. Not sure if it has like a sound dampener or anything like that. But I was thinking maybe I could try that. I still haven't listened to any of these, so I don't know if it sounds like really bad. And if it does, maybe I can try to use that little thing. I don't know if it hooks up to an audio, like an aux port, or if it needs to be charged or what, but I could do that. So that might end up happening. You know what I'm talking about. I'm all over the place. I have really good conversations with people all the time, and I've always wanted to like be able to look back on them and record them and stuff, and it makes me feel like I've missed out on all the opportunities for these hilarious conversations, or these super insane or unraveling conversations, these conversations that are super interesting, introspective, like crazy ideas bouncing off. It makes me feel bad like I haven't recorded that, but who would just randomly think about that? Especially in the past when this wasn't really like a big thing, like a big deal. And I don't think that I would really act the exact same way if I was constantly recording stuff, like if I was on the phone with somebody and using a different phone or using a microphone or something to record the conversations. I feel like it would be kind of tailored and not completely off the cuff, which is what I want it to always be, and just be myself like I always am. So I'm just trying to get used to just talking, and then maybe I'll be talking with maybe other people will want to participate in it, but I don't really care about that right now. But I just find it like, man, I feel like so many people would find these conversations interesting, and I'm sure like a lot of people think that about their own conversations and funny things between their friends or whatever. But you know, outside looking in, it's probably not super funny or interesting to somebody else. But the interesting part is that, like, that person or group or whatever does also exist, and they also have their own versions of what's what's funny, what's interesting, and seeing the different dynamics between people and their different perspectives, and that's the interesting part. That's the part that makes you enthralled and wants to keep going back. Maybe not with everybody, but I think a lot of the time, especially if it's real, if it's just like bullcrap, it's not going to feel the same way that I'm describing. It still could be interesting, but not in the same sort of way. I think I will be talking about when I start. I will definitely be updating things on exercising when I'm fully going hardcore. Like I should be doing it tonight, right? It's not to be hardcore right now because I'm so incredibly shaky, tremory, and weak right now. But yeah, I will be talking about that. Probably will be describing stuff in books that I read. I don't really know. I might keep that to myself. Not sure. Depends on. Never really talked about this stuff before. Probably will talk about shows, but I just don't. I have consumed so much media, videos and shows and movies and things. But I just don't feel. I feel like I have a very knowledgeable grasp on these sorts of things because I've consumed and seen, heard so much. But the way that I describe it, unless I'm like conversing with somebody about it, the way that I explain my feelings on it, I really don't think is the same. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. I don't feel like maybe people would. Why would somebody want to listen to it? That doesn't matter because this is for myself. But what I mean is like somebody that can break it down really well, I feel like is more valuable. But I do think that there's value in like how you feel about something, and that's what I think I'm going to do. So that's the point of what I'm trying to say. If I do, once everything is like, once I'm getting more comfortable speaking and saying everything that's going on, I think I will be talking about that stuff more. May not be like extremely insightful on like, I don't know, Courage the Cowardly Dog or something, but I'll be insightful into my emotions about how I feel about it, and I think that's the point. That's like the point of this for myself and hopefully for other people is just different perspective, possible relatability, real emotion. Even if I don't seem like I'm giving off a lot of emotion, it's just my monotone voice, just how I look, I guess, speak. But over time, I think that it'll start building up off myself and be a decent idea of like kind of the person that I am without talking to me one-on-one type thing. So yeah, like I never really thought about it, but it's kind of like a vlog type thing, and I really enjoyed that. But if I think about it, the few times that I've seen them from, out of the blue, somebody that I consume their media for whatever reason has made one, typically it's pretty enjoyable because it gives you like a different insight into that person. So maybe this is like my thing, and I just never thought about it this way, and that's why I never put a word to it or category or anything, and that's why I just haven't started. And maybe, I don't really know, but it's interesting to think about that. Like, one of the things I just don't find very interesting is actually what I find interesting for myself, because there are certain people now that do like vlogging type of things. It's not like a daily thing, it's like some sort of thing they're trying to achieve, or some sort of thing that they're passionate about, which is what I'm trying to do as well. So I enjoy that type of stuff. As long as it's pretty real and or goal-oriented type of thing. Kind of having a difficult time. I'm like explaining anything at this point. I'm just losing it now. But yeah, I don't know. What's a random thing on my mind as well? My face will probably be really dry and itchy today. Thought about that because I used some of the some of this stuff that I don't really ever like to use on my beard because it was not looking right out of the shower for once for some reason. So my face is probably going to be dry. I don't know what to say. I'll just do another one tomorrow.